But you'll see what I've done here is a start. I haven't put in all the comments, just some, maybe half of the comments. And the comments I'm putting in both in text, written on there, and at the same time I'm going to add an audio. Next time I'm going to add an audio. So I'll be speaking a voiceover stage 2, especially stage 1, because it's really an exercise, you know. It's actually not slow, it's very fast dynamically. There's all the dynamics in that exercise. But it seems slow. And the fact is that mastering the speech slow, in that what you're thinking of is slow, mastering it that carefully is what enables you to speak as fast as you want, as absolutely fast as possible, and always be understood.
And I tell them, master the basic technique first, and produce the sound correctly first. The first thing you need to think is not you don't think the meaning of the word, or the first thing you need to think is you produce the sound correctly first.
And what's the key word there? It's feeling, 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 feeling. You've got to keep repeating that word many times. Keep using that word all the time. You have to be feeling. As long as you're feeling where that Y buzz is on the gum ridge, and you're feeling where the vibration is, if you're always feeling it, then your speech will come out perfect. She's quite good, by the way. Big opening, good stretch, smooth glide to number 1. So, you see, I'm going to put the comments right underneath them. First of all, talk about left side or right side, and then good or bad, because we learned from the bad, too. Good or bad. Left side, right side, good or bad. Good, very good. I'm glad that the first person he panned over to was so good. She's quite good.
Stage 2.
Stage 2.
Stage 2.
When they are practicing, I cannot stop them. You see, they spend 1 hour just only oh. I tell them stop, but they don't stop. Just.
That's great. That's great. That's just what the actors were doing in the conservatory when we trained it. You walk around all day making these sounds.
Stage 1. Stage 2.
Bad body language. Arms crossed, tightly held in, inhibits breathing and relaxation. You see what I mean?
I understand, teacher. Like body language, arms crossed, tightly held in half expression and relaxation.
Put everything in your body open. Your body has to be open for your voice to open up. And you can see it, too. You can see it in her speech. Look at her mouth. You can see the speech is coming out tight. Sound, everything in the mouth is tight. It's following the same tightness that she's got here, like this.
When they see, I think when they see your comment, yeah, they are really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. When I always use the terms good, bad, right away. You understand? That's my first description after describing right or left side. So you know who I'm talking about. I always say first good in capital letters, or I say bad. And actually, I think kids are going to like the fact being bad as much as being good. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really mean that you're bad. It just means that we can learn from this. We can learn from looking at what you're doing and how it should be better. The guy on the left, good. White shirt, good. White shirt is good. The light on his face just didn't turn out very bright. But if you look closely, you can still see his lips. Watch him. His lips are making very good lip shapes. And they're making it all the way from the 5 down to the number 1. And he's getting all that definition. People usually don't get enough definition in the number 1. Make a very clear number 1. You watch him. Watch the guy in the white shirt.
This guy.
Who are
the guy?
Are they from the government?
No.
They look like they're from the government or the police. Oh, you were saying about his posture, his sitting position, and it looks kind of lackadaisical, kind of lazy or something, but it's not really.
Stage 1. Allow. Endow. Wow. Stage 2. Allow. Endow. Bow. Proud. Found. Wound. Shout. Proud.
Because I see that you're moving around the room. You're on the floor with the students, like I told you to do, and that's great. That's great. But you see, what I can also see that you're doing that's bad.
I always do that. When I always follow the video that student can follow me or follow video.
What you're doing is, all I'm saying is you're not spending enough time with one person. Instead of being always moving like you are, not always moving, but spend as much as a minute, a whole minute if you want, with one person. That's a valid way to teach. That's a great way to teach. I know you want to move a lot. You like to keep moving, and you can do that, but at the same time, stop where you see a good place to stop and help somebody. Help them really, change the lip posture or work with them, one-on-one. And don't be afraid. A half a minute is not that long. Maybe just half a minute with somebody and a whole minute with somebody else. That's good. That's a much better way. The students have got the video to practice with, right? They're getting taught by the video, and that frees you up. That frees you up to be what I call a side coach. You're a side coach, which means your job is not to lecture, it's to walk around side by side by side and coach individually. And also, look, when you're coaching somebody individually, the person next to them or close to them is also going to see what you're doing, right? So it's not like you're just spending time with one person. Probably at least two people are looking at what you're doing. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, teacher.
Stage 3. Aloud, endowed, vowel, found, wound, shout, thousand. Stage 1. The crowd of 1,000 wound around the monument. Stage 2. Open your mouth and shout out loud that you vow to mount the monument. Stage 3. Open your mouth and shout out loud that you vow to mount the monument. Stage 1. I will not allow 1 ounce of doubt to be found about